you old hag, I have had enough of you sinking your claws into my brother. When are you finally going to give up on this and just let him go? Excuse me? Valerie, I'm sorry, but I really have no idea what you're talking about right now. Did something happen? I'm so confused. Where is any of this coming from? What is this about? Are you illiterate? Do you not read English or something? Or are you just playing dumb because you don't want to face up to the harsh reality that everyone else is living in? I'm still really not following. I'm sorry if I've done something to upset you, but I don't understand where this is coming from. Are you sure that you're texting the right person? I don't think I've ever seen you act this way before. Of course I have the right person. What other old hag would I be wasting my time to text like this, huh? But I guess I can see how you might have been distracting yourself. After all, you've been enjoying your fancy life living abroad this whole time, haven't you? You probably haven't even noticed what an old hag that you actually are. Valerie, I am still so confused about all of this right now. You do know that you're texting Aaron right now, right? I just don't get where all of this is coming from. I mean, I thought that we were getting along. I didn't even realize there were issues between us. I can't believe you actually thought that I would ever want to be friends with someone like you. The only reason why I was playing nice was for my brother's sake. I knew that if I was mean to you, then he would be really mad at me, and so I put on a little act to make sure that everyone was happy and that there were no problems. But now I am sick and tired of having to try and pretend like I can even stand being around you. So I'm going mask off and being real with you. But you mean this whole time you were just pretending to get along with me all for Max's sake? But really, this whole time you never had any intention of trying to be friends with me or get to know me at all? Well, no duh, Aaron. Why in the world would I want to get to know you? All I want from you now is to leave my brother alone. It's honestly just horrible the way that you've tricked him into loving you. I won't ever forgive you for this. You think that you're so special all because you were my private Italian tutor? But you were just using that position to try and weed your way into my family. And now you think you have something with my brother? Well, I refuse to play along and I want you gone. Valerie, please tell me this is some kind of joke. I mean, what has gotten into you to make you act this way? I didn't even do anything. You really are living in a fantasy world of your own making if you think that that's true for even a second. Honestly, don't you have anything new to say to all of this? Actually, shut up. I don't want to hear it. What you need to know is that I want you to keep away from my big brother forever, okay? Max deserves to be with someone young and beautiful. So don't think that just because you're all fancy with your living abroad and you're speaking a foreign language, that makes you anywhere near good enough for my brother. You're nothing but a fat, ugly loser who's old and will never be good enough for Max. Do you understand me? How could you say that? You really don't think I've been plotting something like this or that I ever had any bad intentions for you or your family, do you? I mean, the whole reason I ended up going to your house and meeting your family was to teach you Italian. Besides, I'm only 5 years older than your brother. Are you really saying that small of a difference in age is enough to upset you this much? That's exactly what I'm saying. And if you really can't see how an age gap like that would piss me off, then you probably already have dementia. Honestly, the fact that you can even talk or write in complete sentences is a miracle to me. But the point is that my brother is just too young for you. You'd be better off finding some grandpa to be with. How about I go to the retirement home and pick out a nice old man for you? That way, you can finally leave Max alone and get out of our lives. Valerie, you don't need to be saying any of this. Do you know that? I mean, if you really have this big of a problem of me being with your brother, why don't you go and talk to Max himself about it? I have tried talking to Max about it. Not just him, I've even gone to my parents about how much trouble you give us. But none of them listen to what I have to say. They just say that I'm being a little too obsessed with my brother's love life and that they thought it was getting to be a little creepy. And sure, I do love my brother a lot, maybe more than anyone in the whole world. But But that doesn't mean that I have any kind of feelings for him that would be inappropriate for a sister to have. That's just disgusting. Right, I see. Well, either way, I'm sorry, but I still just can't understand the logic behind you acting this way. But if you'd like, maybe you could try talking to your parents and Max again, and I could be there as well. Then we could all say what we want. After all, the reason I come over so often is to teach you Italian. Now, it was your mom who hired me as your teacher, but if you don't like me, then you might want to look for a new tutor. Oh, give me a break. You think I care if you come over and teach me? Of course I don't want you around anymore, but that's not the point. I need you out of my brother's life, not mine. And trying to sneak around like you're doing it as if it was ever going to make me feel better is just low. You're scum. You're nothing but dirt. I understand and appreciate these feelings that you've made very clear to me in this conversation, Valerie. But the fact is that I have no intentions of breaking up with Max at all. In fact, you should know that he proposed to me, and we were going to announce it to both of our parents soon. And now that I know all of these problems that you have with me, I guess it will be one more thing to discuss with your mom and dad. What? No, you two can't be getting married. That isn't fair. I won't allow it. You're doing the exact opposite of what I'm telling you to do, you old hag. I get why someone like you would want to marry my tall, handsome, smart brother, but the fact of the matter is that someone like you will never, ever be good enough for him, and you need to understand that. Well, you are more than entitled to your opinion on my relationship with your brother. That being said, we are engaged to be getting married. So I'm sorry that us being together is going to upset you, but I'm afraid that it's what's going to happen and nothing is going to change that. You sound so sure about that, don't you? But I guess that you and I will have to see about that in the end, won't we? Really? You mean you're seriously not going to drop it? I really wish that we could just put this behind us. Whatever. I seriously can't with you right now. It's clear that this whole conversation is just pointless. If you want to get married to my brother, then you can go ahead and try it. I clearly don't get a say in any of this, so you all can just do what you want. Okay, well, you say that, but I'm not sure that you really mean what I think you're saying there. But if you're really honest about none of this having anything to do with you, then I guess as long as you understand that, that's all that matters. So you do understand that your brother and I are going to be getting married and that nothing anybody can do is going to stop us. Whatever, you can say whatever you want. It's not like you were even trying to hear what I had to say to you to begin with. So I just have nothing else to say to you. I see. Well, I don't know what else to say to any of this.
Hey, Aaron, you there? I just wanted to say thank you so much for swiping right on me. I think that a girl like you is just my type. I'm so happy that you were okay with giving your number like this too, so thanks again for expressing your interest in me.
I'm sorry, but who is this? I'm afraid that I don't have your number saved in my phone. And I don't recall giving my number out to anyone lately, so would you mind telling me just how you got it?
Wait, what? This is Aaron, isn't it? It's me, George, from that dating app that we were both on. We exchanged a couple of messages and you seemed really nice, so I asked for your cell phone number and then you gave it to me and now I'm texting you.
I am really sorry about this, but I honestly have no idea what you're talking about at all right now. But I think you might have me confused with someone else because I'm not on any dating apps at all. In fact, I have a fiance right now.
Wait, but you had photos on your profile. You said that you thought that I was really handsome in my photo. I thought that you and I were going to be a perfect match. Are you telling me that this whole thing is just one big lie? What is going on here?
I'm sorry, someone using my name said all of that to you? And this same person was the one who gave you my number?
Hold on a second, I'm still really confused. What the heck is going on here?
That's exactly what I want to know. I really have no idea how this could be happening with all this. But I'm telling you that I'm not on any dating apps and I'm already engaged. I really think that there must be some kind of mistake here. I mean, I don't really even know anyone named George.
I don't believe this, so then you really don't have any interest in me at all? I guess you don't even know who I am now that I think about it. Well, I guess I'm glad that I found out all of this before I got myself too invested in all this.
Again, I really am so sorry that you're going through all of this, but I just really don't even know what to say. I really have no idea about any of this.
But if that's the case, then that means that the person I was talking to wasn't actually Aaron. So that means that someone chose to use you to make a fake profile of and then try and talk to men. Would you happen to know anyone who's using one of these dating apps and who would want to do something like that to you?
Actually, now that you mention it, I can think of one person. Although I don't think she was trying to pretend to be me because she wanted to impersonate me. I think she was just trying to find a way to get another man to reach out to me and contact me like this.
Wow, that is just crazy. Why in the world would someone want to do something like that? And this person not only has your number, but a bunch of weird photos of you as well. I really don't mean to be presumptuous, but it sounds to me like this has got to be someone that you would know. I mean, if they had your number, then it wouldn't just be some stranger online. But I don't get it. Even if it was just a prank, I don't think it was all that funny.
Oh, trust me, I'm not laughing right now. I don't think this is funny at all. I mean, I'm just so much more confused than anything else right now, but I'm sure that you can at least sympathize with that.
I see. Well, I just feel embarrassed now. I mean, I really did think that you were my kind of girl, and now you're telling me that you're engaged? I suppose I couldn't interest you in having a little affair on the side, could I?
Yeah, I appreciate the kind offer, but that's just not going to happen. I love my fiancé, and we're really looking forward to being together. So I just really don't have any interest in other men, okay? And frankly, I'd like you to pretend like none of this ever happened. Although I really am sorry that this did happen to you, and I just hope that it didn't cause you too much trouble or pain.
Oh, of course, I completely understand. I just thought that, I should take a chance and ask, I mean, you never know. Anyways, I really do hope that you find out whoever set this all up. Bye.
Yes, well, I hope so too. Anyways, I hope you have a nice life and don't give up. I'm sure you'll meet someone one day. I can't believe this is actually happening. I am starting to get pretty sick of you. Do you know that? I thought I would have been rid of you by now. Oh, give me a break. I can't believe that you even have the gall to message me right now. You invited me over, we were having a lovely conversation to practice your Italian, and then you shoved me down the stairs? Well, I hope you got it all out of your system. I hope you dealt enough damage to finally be over this stupid grudge of yours. Well, I don't know what else you wanted from me. I tried to tell you that I wasn't going to be putting up with you, and you were refusing to listen to me that whole time. Besides, it was just a little push. But you said that you realized that this was between your brother and I. You said that you understood you weren't going to come between us. None of what you're about to say has any meaning on anything at all. I just thought that I'd be able to get you to finally give up on all of this by yourself. But I can see how wrong I was about that now, so I figured if you aren't going to listen to reason, then you might respond well to force. But I just wish that you could finally get the hint and leave my brother alone. He doesn't need or want to be with a grandma like you. Well, I am not going to let you get away with this. I was going to try and be patient with you while we worked through this. But now you've even tried to hide what you've done from the rest of your family. You know that you're guilty. No, I'm doing this all for my family. I'm protecting my brother from you and my parents from having you as their daughter-in-law. I know what's best for my brother, and you're not it. So why don't you ever take the hint and leave and never come back? Unless you're looking to get all battered up again. I am not going to let you get away with this. I thought if I gave you space that you would get this out of your system. But now you have taken this whole thing too far. Not only that, but you've done something that you can't take back. You are going to pay for this. Oh yeah, I'm so scared of whatever it is that you think you are going to be able to do to me. So go ahead and try it, see what happens. Oh, I will try it, don't you worry. But for now, I'll give you what you want and go home. But just don't come back to me crying when all of this goes belly up for you. And let me tell you now that I am sure this is not going to end how you think it will. Aaron, are you there? Please, you have to forgive me for yesterday. I really am so sorry for what I did to you. Can you ever find it in your heart to forgive me for what I did? I can come over to your place right now and apologize to you in person if that's what you want. I'll get on my hands and knees and beg. I take it that you heard everything from your mom then? Like about how I'm not going to be funding your study abroad trip anymore? I bet you didn't see that one coming at all, but I'm sure you weren't happy to find out about it when you did. Yes, you're right. It's just exactly as you say. I really had no idea that you were the one that was going to be paying for my study abroad trip. You never told me about it at all, but my mom explained that you were saving it as a surprise for me when the departure date got closer, so please, can you ever forgive me for what I've done? You really do turn around fast, don't you? Just yesterday, you were just about ready to kill me. But no, to answer your question, I have no intention at all of forgiving you for the way that you've treated me. And I've already told your parents that there is no way I'll ever be convinced to fund a trip like that for you again. You're not even going to be getting a single penny from me, to say nothing about euros. But Aaron, please, don't be like this. It doesn't have to be this way. You know that I don't have any money. It's always been my dream to go study abroad in Italy. I had no idea that you were preparing this all for me, and now I'm only finding out about it because it's not going to be happening anymore. That's right. I really did want to support you and help you achieve that dream, but I just can't after the way you've been treating me. So if you want to go and study abroad in Italy, you're going to have to find a way to do it yourself. But this isn't fair. You can't do this to me. I mean, I had no idea that you were even planning this. Why didn't you ever tell me about this? Because I wanted it to be a surprise for you. That was what it was always meant to be. I was going to tell you about it all when it was your birthday. I talked to your mom about it first and got her permission. I really thought that you were deserving of the trip when I saw just how hard you were working on your Italian. I still do deserve it. Please, you have to believe me. You can't just take this from me. I've been trying so hard to improve my speaking skills. You know that I've been studying hard every single day for the last year now. This has been my dream, and you're taking it away from me? But you pushed me down the stairs yesterday, Valerie. Not only that, you waited until the rest of your family was away, and it was just you and I. What if I was really seriously injured, or worse? What if I had hit my head and died? Did you think about that? I'm sorry. I didn't want to hurt you or anything like that. I only wanted to surprise you a little so that you would finally listen to what I had to say about you and my brother being together. But you said so yourself that you didn't think what went on between Max and I was any of your business. Not only that, but it still doesn't erase the fact that I really could have been hurt by what you did. I mean, you knew that the wedding was happening. I was literally over at your house to talk to Max and your parents about the wedding plans before you pushed me. You didn't just hurt me doing this, you've upset your family and really hurt your brother's feelings as well. But, I mean, I was supposed to be the one who chooses what woman is good enough to marry my brother. And you wanted to do that with violence? You have to know that the way you were acting just isn't appropriate, right? I know, but it's just... Well, I'm trying to say that I'm sorry about it and you're not listening to me. Don't you get that I realize what I did was wrong? I'm glad that you realize what you did was wrong, and I'm glad that you want to apologize for it. But doing those two things in no way obligates me to forgive you for what you did. And if you ask me, you've been getting off way too easily for the way that you've been acting. I think that you'll find the real world isn't as forgiving as your parents. Yes, you're right. I promise to think about that when I act in the future. But please, just this one time, I need you to forgive me. Please help me study abroad. The answer is no, and that is not going to change. If I gave you this one chance, then I'm afraid that you wouldn't learn your lesson and you'd never change. And if I forgave you for this, I don't think that I'd be able to respect myself for letting you get away with this. But that's so cruel. How could you do this to me? I mean, you have to know that I had no idea you were managing a company while doing those Italian lessons. I had no idea of all the money that you were bringing in. This whole time, I thought that your plan was to quit your job and just become a housewife after getting married. Well, it sounds to me like you weren't doing a very good job of listening. I think you just heard what you wanted to or what confirmed your biases. But either way, I just hope that you actually do learn a lesson from all of this. Of course I've learned a lesson. That's why I think that I deserve to go on this study abroad trip. And you are more than welcome to hold those feelings, but I don't think it's fair to expect people to give you what you want just because you want it. Please, don't you see that I've learned my lesson? I get that what I did was wrong, and I know that I was taking you for granted. And I realize that I was lying to my brother about liking you, and I see now how it's all wrong. I should have never judged you and never tried to come in between you and my brother. I had no idea what a kind person you were, setting up everything for me without my knowing. But you're going to be my sister-in-law, so please, can't you find it in your heart to forgive me and help me out with this just this one last time? I really don't even feel comfortable being called your sister-in-law. But either way, I think that your family is going to be cutting you off. I mean, I'm sure that your mom has talked to you a little about this, right? But that's not fair. My family can't do this to me after you. I really am sorry, and I realize how wrong I was for acting in that way. I should have listened to you, but now you're not listening to me. I really am sorry for everything. Don't you get it? Yes, you've said that you're sorry several times now, and I am glad to hear that you regret your actions. You've apologized very kindly, and you might even be sincere about this, but you still haven't told me why you did this. I was so scared that you were going to take my older brother away from me. I didn't want to lose Max to you, and that's why I was so set on trying to sabotage your engagement to him. That much I can understand, but you also realize just how much you overreacted, right? Even after I had warned you that Max and I were very serious about each other. Even Max is sick of the way you've been treating me. Aaron, please, you have to talk to my parents about this, and Max too. None of them want to hear my side of the story. You're the only person I can turn to. I really don't think it's my place to talk to your family about what to do with you. And I don't think that I owe that to you either. But I've apologized. I'm sorry. Don't you get that? I'm sorry that I pushed you down the stairs. I shouldn't have done it, but now I'm begging you to forgive me. That's not all that you did, though. You also made a fake profile for me on a dating app, didn't you? And then you gave out my number to random guys pretending to be me. Wait, what? You can't actually think I would have ever done something like that, right? That's just way too much. I know the whole truth. Don't try and hide it from me any longer. You should have picked another guy to give my number to. What do you mean? I really have no idea at all what it is that you're talking about. I am talking about George. He was actually a really sweet man to talk to. He was also very cooperative in helping me get to the bottom of how he got my number. I was worried that I might have become the target of some kind of crime or something like that. I thought that my identity might have been stolen or something like that. Thankfully, George is a bit of a tech whiz and managed to track down the IP address of my dating profile. And wouldn't you know it, all of his hard work traced right back to you. You mean that there's technology that can do that kind of thing these days? That's right. And this is a form of identity theft and impersonation, so you could be liable for a lawsuit. But I was just trying different approaches to get rid of you. Oh, well, don't worry. I've already explained all of this to your brother. He was so let down when he found out just how far you went to try and come between us. But maybe you should take all that hard work you put into trying to get rid of me and find a job that can earn you money to go to Italy instead. Either way, I think we're done here. Have a nice life, Valerie. After that, George did actually go to the police and report Valerie for her fraud of impersonating me. both her parents and her brother did nothing to help her at all. Valerie has no one else that she could turn to and had to deal with the entire police and court procedures all by herself. Of course, if you ask me, it was high time she learned that in the real world, your actions have consequences. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Hey, you're doing all of this without telling me again? I swear this has to be close to the 15th time you've done this to me. What's that? I never did anything wrong, did I? I plan to be away on vacation for a little while, so you can watch him for a couple of days. You would love that, wouldn't you? I don't mind you bringing him over when you have something going on, but I feel bad that Luke has to go through this so often with you. At this rate, you're making it look like I'm more of his mother than you are. He'll be all right. Luke happens to like his aunt a lot, actually. But not as much as me, of course, so don't think he'll get that attached to you. His aunt? Shelby, you and Drake already had your divorce, making me nothing to you anymore, right? All I am is a stranger, so you need to stop acting like I'm still your sister-in-law or whatever. But wasn't it you who said you couldn't sit with the idea of me taking full custody of my son after all of that went down? I'm trying to be a good person now by letting my son stay with the person who thought she could take better care of him than me. Thank me for that, please. The reason I was saying that wasn't because I wanted to be his mother, but because I want him to be free from having a terrible woman like you as his mother. But that's too bad because he's still my child legally. I'm sure that really kills Drake to have to live with now, doesn't it? Knowing that the one person he doesn't want his son around at all now has full custody of him. But I was the one that had to go through all the pain of carrying him as a baby and giving birth to him, so it's only fair that I get to be his mother still, right? The reason that divorce had to happen, though, was because you cheated on Drake. Drake was always saying those same things to me, but where's the evidence? You guys can't say crap about me when you don't even have the evidence needed to prove I was sleeping with another man. But Drake literally saw you out walking with another man while you both were holding hands. He even saw that man lean in for a kiss and you accepted it. Also, you'd been leaving the house at strange times during the night for a long time, never telling your husband anything about where you were going. And then you wouldn't even reply to him when he asked when you'd be home and things like that. That was just his misunderstanding of what I was doing, because I was just going out to have a little freedom was all. Not my fault that I was exhausted from having to be home all day with Luke, right? Even when we were having the divorce, he wasn't actually able to prove that I'd been cheating on him, so could you please lay off me now? Honestly, being married to such a stuck-up and serious man like him was never going to work for me anymore anyway. Then tell me, this vacation you're going on right now is with who? What? Obviously, I'm going with my new lover, but he was a lover that I made after I got divorced from Drake. What's so wrong with that? Is his name Kyle by any chance? The same man that you were cheating on Drake with? Come on now. Would you quit trying to say things like that about him and leave us alone? You're getting on my nerves now. You're right that I'm with Kyle right now, but back when I was married to Drake, Kyle and I were just friends. How many more times do you want me to explain that to you until you're satisfied? Like, seriously, you never had any evidence proving that I was cheating on Drake with Kyle. That's it. Is there anything else you'd like to say to me now? Why, if you took full custody of Luke, would you be leaving him with me now and not taking him with you? Did you not take full custody of the boy because you love him so much? Of course I took it because I love my son. I took full custody because I love him and because I wanted to annoy Drake. I didn't want him to have any part of Luke after calling me a cheating woman. To annoy Drake? That's one of your reasons for taking full custody of Luke? Luke is very special to me, and I've been doing a great job taking care of him. But this trip I'm going on now is just meant for Kyle and I, since it's going to be a very romantic one. So I just wanted to leave him with you for a little bit. That should be fine with you, right? For a bit? You did this exact same thing with Luke last week. Shut the hell up, you old bitch. I don't care what you have to say, so shut your mouth and take care of the little brat. All I'm asking you for is to be quiet and do your job. What the hell is wrong with you? So please take great care of him again for me, please and thank you. Kyle and I are going to spread our wings and fly to a brand new world. Huh? What are you going on about right now? I'm saying that Kyle and I are about to go and travel the world together. I think you as well need to get out there and adventure a little bit more like the both of us are, all right? Because you're always around your house acting so serious, to the point your life is a bore. And what is this you're thanking me for? You know who I'm talking about, Luke. Having to take him on a trip all around the world would be a pain in the ass for me, so I'm leaving him with you. Hold it right there. I'm away on a business trip right now and I'm not at home. I can't go back there right now, and I made sure to tell you about this before, right? Huh? You're away on a business trip right now? Then what are you going to do about this? You're asking me that question? Go have him stay somewhere else before you leave. I'm sure that someone can take him for you. But they're all going to ask me for money. Not happening. No way that's happening. Come on now, go back home. I'm asking you to seriously go home. And by the way, I'll give Drake custody of Luke now because he's been a real pain in the ass. Seriously. What the hell are you talking about? I'm on a business trip right now. There is no way I can go all the way back to my home right now. And what's this about you wanting to give custody to Drake now? Calling Luke a pain in the ass like that? Are you playing games with me right now? I'm not screwing around, all right? Now shut the hell up with all your yapping about this. Such a goddamn pain in the ass. Every one of you frickin' idiots is useless to me. Anyway, until you can find a place that will take Luke for you, you cannot leave the country with your boyfriend. And if you just leave him out in my yard like last time, nobody is going to be able to find him and take care of him. All right, okay. I guess I can take him to some distant family member's house and have them take him. What's all this BS about your business trip anyway? Not like you're working an important job anyway. Stop taking your anger out on me now, I have nothing to do with your life anymore ever since Drake and you got that divorce. This is literally killing me right now. Go and tell Drake to take him off my hands right now. How do you think I'm going to do that? Drake and I haven't really been talking to one another lately, and can't you tell him to do that for you? I deleted his contact information a long time ago, all right? And the phone that he gave to Luke, I also made sure to wipe clean so that his dad's information wasn't on it. Don't tell me you're the type of sad woman who keeps all her ex's contacts after breaking up with them. We're not talking about me right now. Well, whatever. See ya, you useless sister-in-law.
So that's what's been going on. Thank you so much for sending me that message.
No problem, and that's why I'm seriously worried about Luke right now. If you're okay with it, do you mind going out to Shelby's place and checking on how things are going with her and Luke?
Understood. I have no idea what she plans on putting Luke through, so I'll run over there and have a look. There's always a chance that she just left and ran off with that Kyle guy without telling anyone.
Shelby, being the kind of trash she is, that's more than just a chance. I'm sorry, Drake. You're the only person who seems to be able to go and deal with this right now.
No, I'm the one who feels sorry for you. Until now, you've always been the one having to deal with Shelby's selfishness. Taking care of Luke for her when she drops him off unannounced.
Not a problem. For me, being with Luke from time to time makes me really happy.
But you have a full-time job as it is, which means that taking on Luke like that is a huge deal, right? Had I been able to get custody of him, I could be the one taking care of him right now.
There was nothing you could do about that. You ended up having to go back to Mom and Dad's place and take over the family business. You've also been so far away from here for a bit now, so you can't blame yourself for all of this.
Right. That's right. I just got off the bus and will be getting on the subway now to head over to her place. So please, forget about her please and go back to work. I'll take good care of Luke now.
Thank you so much, Drake. I'm sorry having to tell you about all of this when you yourself are so busy.
It's all good. He happens to be my son after all, not yours. I hate having to hear my own sister saying thank you to me for doing the obvious.
That's a very good point. He doesn't happen to still be your son, even if Shelby doesn't want you to be. Wow, that was really the best experience I've ever had so far. I think for you especially, Ellie, you need to go out and see the rest of the world so that you can enjoy it all too. Huh? What are you talking about? Did you only just now come back? That's right. I came back from my travels safe and sound. You missed me a lot, right? Taking that long trip all around the world was the best vacation ever and so much fun for me. Sorry for leaving my son with you for a whole year to take care of. Where is that kid at right now? What? I didn't take any kids. What? I was on a business trip at the time you left and said that I wouldn't be able to care for him, right? What happened since then? Wait, but I wasn't able to find anyone else that could take care of him for free, and with no time left, I just went and dropped him off at your front door. Huh? What the hell were you thinking, Shelby? What the hell did you think was going to happen, leaving your kid in front of a house while nobody was there? Wait, even if you didn't come back home to find him, I thought that at least someone from your family would come by and find him. If you think about it like that, it makes sense, right? What the hell are you going on about? I live by myself, and none of my family lives close enough to me to be stopping by. What? Is that right? I can't believe you. You really have no clue about anything, do you? And by the way, even if you didn't know that, why, for the past year, have you not said anything to me? Because after all the times you said no to me, I thought you'd get mad at me again if I went and said anything else to you about it. I didn't want to bring up the fact that I did just end up leaving him at your house and such. Unbelievable. Are you really a full-grown adult, Shelby? Then, wait, where is Luke at right now? What am I going to do here? Damn it, why would something like this happen to me? Honest to God, what if someone went and kidnapped him after they found him sitting on my porch all alone? God, I was finally able to become this single mother and everything and get all that money from the government because of it. What? Being a single mother means that I get tax write-offs and money from the government, right? Although it really wasn't as much money as I thought it would be. Thankfully, Kyle has a lot of money still, so I just used the money the government gave me on myself and have been supported by him. Which means that even without Luke, I'm going to be all right. What the hell is going on here? Are you not even worried about Luke right now? I'm still worried about him. I hope that he's doing all right wherever he is right now. Also, him being out of my sight right now is something that could affect me in very bad ways, so I have to be worried about him. You are the worst. So the only thing you really care about with Luke is that he allows you to get money from the government? You find out that he's gone, and the first thing you're going to be worried about is where your money will come from? I seriously can't believe this. Listen here, Ellie. Someone like you who's never had a child of their own before might not understand this, but being a single mother is a very tough life. You have no other choice but to be worried about money all the time. Do you hear what I'm saying? A mother that leaves her son out on someone else's porch when they're not home to take him and leaves the country for 1 year has not had it tough. Shut your goddamn mouth. You can't preach to me about any of this when you've never been a mother before. Also, the fact that we've lost Luke now is also partially your fault, right? You left your house like that to go away for work, so him not having a place to stay and be cared for is all your fault. Jesus, by this point, I don't even know what to say about you. But this will all be over soon. I understand more than I need to now. Huh? What are you talking about? Luke is currently being taken care of by Drake right now. What? At that time, I was really worried about whether or not you'd find a place for Luke to stay and figured you'd just leave him at your house or mine. So I asked that Drake go to your house and see what was going on with you and Luke. But when he arrived there, neither of you were home, and so as he was heading back to our parents' house, I asked him to stop by my place and look around. And that's when he saw Luke out in my yard, bawling his eyes out. So that's what ended up happening. Well, if that's the case, then why didn't you tell me anything sooner? You made me get so worked up over nothing, Ellie. I had to confirm just how much you cared about being Luke's mother and see just what you were after when you took full custody of him. I wanted to see how you would act after hearing that your son had gone missing after you left him here for a year. And when you heard that he was missing, you started to worry about money and blame me for your mess. That right there confirmed that you are not a good mother at all for Luke. I was worried about my son, so of course I was saying all kinds of things. Now that I know you guys have him, give him back. You guys are thieves. Also, having Drake take care of Luke when he doesn't even have custody of him at all is a crime. I'm going to tell the police about this now, and then that'll be the end of him and you. Do you really think the police are going to listen to what a woman like you has to say after you abandoned your son for a whole year to run around the world with your boyfriend and Drake was the only one who stepped in to care for Luke? What? Hey, I needed some time to take a break from all the stress. For a whole year. I don't think anyone is going to agree with calling that a break from all your stress. Hey, what the hell? Do you really think you can turn me into the police over something like this? As a single mother, I was going through a lot of tough times. Tough times, huh? Well, once you have a talk with the police, you'll understand why this was such a problem. And at the very least, there might be something else the police are going to want from you that Kyle has been trying to hide for a long time. What? Hold on a second. What are you saying right now? What kind of thing are you talking about? You know just as well as I do that Kyle is the leader of a group of scammers, correct? You may call it a vacation around the world to relax and run from your stresses, but to him he was using it as a way to escape the law. And the evidence for that is you coming back to the US without him. Kyle's still out there somewhere, isn't he? Kyle is he being chased by the police right now? Of course he is. One of the people in his group of scammers was caught, and when that happened, Kyle took you and ran from the US to go hide in other countries around the globe. Didn't you ever wonder why he randomly invited you to leave the country with him for a while like that? It's true, he did just randomly invite me to leave with him, and that's the reason I didn't have a lot of time to find someone to take care of Luke. I always felt that Kyle wasn't working a very good job, but I seriously never thought he'd be the leader of a scammer group. I see. Well, none of that really matters now. What? Wait, my house. I can't get the front door to open to my house. Ah, when your parents found out about what happened with you, they had your lease on the house ended. Which means that right now, someone else is most likely calling that place their home. And that's why you can't seem to get the door open anymore, right? Huh? Why? Why would they do that to me? When your parents learned that their own daughter abandoned their granddaughter and then left the country with her boyfriend, they stopped worrying about helping you pay your rent and said that they'd be cutting ties to you. They're cutting ties to me? Oh, hold on a second, please. That's not good for me, though, if they do that. Wait a second, why the hell were you going and telling my parents about all of this? Because at one point it was very important for us to have a talk with your family. We needed to take away your custody over Luke, after all. What? I'm the only one that's allowed to have custody of Luke, though. You think I'd ever let a man like Drake take him away from me? Hey, Drake, you give Luke back to me right now. You're never going to have custody of Luke.
Just cut it out already. You and I are going to court right now. When we're there with my lawyer and a judge, we can talk about everything you've done. It seems that the judge made a mistake last time and would like to hand over full custody to me for Luke.
That's not going to happen. Luke is my son. And you having him in your possession right now is child abduction. I'm going to call the police about this right now and have them get Luke back for me.
Go ahead and do that then. But they all know already that you are not to be trusted, and that they're going to need to speak with you now regarding all of this. If I were you, I'd forget about getting the police involved in this.
Who do you think you are talking to me like that? All you are is a lame man who got cheated on by his smoking hot wife.
So you're confessing to having cheated on me then? That helps a lot out now.
No, I was not. I wasn't talking about myself there.
You're the only woman I was ever married to, Shelby. You're the only person I could ever label as my wife.
You have it all wrong. I was just saying that as an example, actually. I never once said that I was the one who cheated on you.
Say what you will, but now I'm really looking forward to taking you to court over the custody of Luke. Both of your parents no longer love you anymore and won't be around to help. And soon enough here, your boyfriend Kyle is going to be getting arrested. And at that point, you will have nobody, leaving you with no way of fighting back, right?
What the hell is this? So you think you've already won against me? You should be thanking me for ever marrying an ugly man like you and letting you dump a load in me to make that brat.
What the hell about me do you not like so much?
Huh? You were always so serious about everything that you bored the hell out of me. Do you still not get that about yourself? How much of a stick in the sand you are to be married to?
I honestly haven't put any thought into that.
When someone's husband is as boring and serious as you were, of course they're going to want to cheat, right? And when it comes to Luke, he's just going to be raised to become just as boring as you. Is that what you want for the kid?
I think it's a good thing to raise a serious person in this day and age.
Then that's going to be one hell of a boring time then. Well, so be it. Then you can go ahead and thank me for allowing you to take care of him.
Why would I ever thank you for any of what you've done to us? Are you done blabbering yet? You just confessed to having cheated on me. That means I can get a fat settlement out of you now.
I'm not paying you squat, Drake, especially not over something like that. I never even cheated on you like you continue to say I did. Go ahead and whine about it if you want. But you'd never be able to do that because you are the most boring loser in the world.
Suit yourself. Did you hear all that? After Kyle had been arrested by the international police, he was taken back to the States and questioned about everything. And during that questioning, he confessed to having been with you while you were married to me. That right there means I can confidently get a settlement from you now.
Hey, you understand what's going to happen, right? I can't pay something like a settlement right now. I don't even have a house to sleep in right now. So you really think that I have any money?
Well, when the judge has his moment to speak with you, you'll learn that there's something called a job where you make that money from. You're going to have to take responsibility for your actions one way or another, Shelby.
And that right there is that boring-ass talk I've always hated. How about you lend me some money, you dumbass?
Who the hell would give you anything now? I'm the one who's getting the money from you. Also, I'll be getting child support from you from now on. So please make sure you have the money to pay.
Huh? Why the hell?
Because I had to pay you child support all this time, right? But now that I'm going to be Luke's parent, you have to start paying me.
Always going on and on about you have the right to this and how you have the right to that. That is the freaking reason why all you serious idiots are boring as hell.
I don't care that I'm boring. You're going to pay me that settlement and child support. I already have a lawyer working with me, and you're not going to be able to escape.
First and foremost, how is something like cheating such a bad thing anyway? Everyone knows it's the one who gets cheated on's fault.
Shut your freaking mouth. You can discuss all that with the judge.
You are such a dick, Drake. All I'm asking for is a little bit. You should already know the kind of terrible situation I'm in now, right? All you have to do is give me a little bit and I'll stop asking. You really have some balls thinking you could come to me asking for some money. I had no other choice. There isn't anyone else for me to ask for help from anymore. I have no house, I have no money, and I've been sleeping under a tree for weeks now. And on top of that, Drake is now getting a settlement and child support from me. When that happens, I'll be in serious trouble. And that's what we call you getting what you asked for, right? Thankfully, that has nothing to do with me now. Luckily, Drake was able to get the confession from you he'd been needing, and your boyfriend even opened up about how you'd been with him while married to Drake. I wanted to throw a frickin' party now to celebrate your coming demise. You want to throw a party? Seriously, go screw yourself, Ellie. I have no reason to be helping you at all. Just go rot in hell somewhere and take that time to think about all the horrible things you've done there. You two boring-ass frickin' siblings are the worst. Always talking like you both know everything about everything to the point you both look like total nerds. You may have wanted a lot of adventure in your life before, but all you were ever doing is going out with the ringleader of a group of scammers. I have no idea why you think so highly of yourself for cheating on your husband with a criminal before. What? I just don't want to live the same dull lives that all of you are living. Are you all having fun following the rules like Drake always is? We are. The fact that none of us have to end up like you is very fun for us.
Hey, do you really find me being serious and all boring?
What? What's gotten into you all of a sudden, Drake?
Well, I was just told all that again by Shelby.
Wait, are you saying that what she said has gotten to you now? You really are a bit soft sometimes, aren't you, Drake?
Hey, I know that I don't really have to care about anything she says to me, but I have kind of wondered if that's the truth or not.
You're fine, Drake. She told me the same exact things before.
Wait, she did?
You and I both being siblings does kind of make sense, since we're both very serious about our lives, and that may seem a bit boring to others. But here's the thing. If there aren't serious people like us out there in the world living our lives a bit boringly, then things won't ever get done. I can see you being a bit more dull than a lot of other people are, but I find that to be a very good trait in regards to a lot of things.
Is that so? Well, if that's the case, then that's fine. But Ellie, do you mind me saying something about this? Calling someone serious and boring has the word boring in it, which isn't a very good thing, right?
Now you're being a bit too serious. After that, Shelby was taken to court where she was told she'd be losing custody of her son and would have to pay Drake a settlement for having an affair during their marriage and child support. That sent her down the path of having to borrow a lot of money and put her in a lot of debt with a loan shark. Kyle was taken to federal prison as he had scammed over $20,000 with his group, and Shelby's parents both cut ties to her and disowned her from their family. It turns out that Kyle didn't only commit a bunch of felonies in the US, though, and that he had been working worldwide scamming people. So let's just say that it was a good thing for Shelby to never associate herself with the kind of work he was doing, or she'd be spending a lot of time in prison right alongside him and his group right now. Shelby would, however, be told later on that she could never be allowed near Luke again and would have a restraining order placed on her by Drake. With literally no one around helping her out anymore, Shelby became a woman of the streets, making a new home near a dumpster behind a pizza shop. I'm not sure what all she's doing every day to pay off that debt, but if she doesn't get to it soon, her life might actually be on the line. And knowing the loan sharks in this city, when they get upset with her, there's not going to be a hair left after they've had their way. Perhaps someone like her will start running, though. Maybe hitchhiking on a train or something that can take her to the other side of the country. But that's not going to be enough for her to escape them and will only be prolonging the inevitable. Thankfully for Drake and I, having been very serious and living our boring lives, we never had to end up like she did. Currently, Drake is still living with my parents at their house while the three of them continue to raise Luke. Luke is really taking after a lot from Drake as he continues to grow, and I can't wait to see him turn out as serious and boring as his father is. Well, maybe he shouldn't be raised to become as serious and boring as his father, but just a tad bit would be good. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Alright, Granny, it's time we set some ground rules. If you want to marry my dad, then you're going to have to give me an allowance. I want $2,000 per month, no less. And by the way, this is not a negotiation, this is a demand. If you refuse, then I will not allow you to marry my dad. So, what's it gonna be? I'm sorry, you want how much? $2,000 a month? Tanya, I would love nothing more than to be able to give you that much and more, but I'm afraid that's not going to be possible on my salary. So that's a no, then? Okay, then that settles it. You're not allowed to marry my dad. I knew this was the kind of woman you were from the first time I laid eyes on you. You're planning on quitting your job the second you and my dad get married so you can do nothing all day while he pays all the bills. Well, unfortunately for you, my dad has an attack dog whose job it is to keep away moochers like you. So go ahead and move along, moocher. My dad doesn't need you. Tanya, please. I don't have any intentions of quitting my job after we get married, much less forcing your father to pay all the bills. You're concerned for your father's happiness, and I get that, but you're being very hurtful to me right now. I would appreciate it if you would stop talking about me like that. You want me to stop calling you out for what you are? Then give up on marrying my dad.
Could you at least explain to me why you're so opposed to me and your father being together?
Gladly. It's simple, really. There's absolutely no benefit for me to have my dad marry an old granny. If he doesn't, not only will I not get a bigger allowance, my dad's gonna have to spend more of his time and money on someone other than me. There is no way I'm gonna let anyone get in between me and my dad.
I see you feel very strongly about this. Well, is there anything that I could do or say for you to accept me as a partner for your dad?
Are you going senile? I already told you. I want money. $2,000 a month in cash. If you want to marry my dad, then you're going to have to show me some proof that there's something in it for me. My dad's dated a few women since my real mom died, but none of them have been able to clear that hurdle, so I sent them all packing.
Yeah, your dad has told me about that before. I can see that you love your dad very much, and I appreciate that. And since you love your dad, surely you want him to be able to find happiness, don't you? Can't you respect your father's decisions and allow him to do what he thinks will make him happy?
Yep, there it is, right on schedule. The old think about your dad's happiness card. How many times have I heard that one before? You adults are all the same, justifying your selfishness with fake empathy. I don't believe that you care about my dad's happiness for 1 second. You're only interested in your happiness. My dad doesn't even make all that much money as things stand. I can't let him marry someone who's only going to make him spend even more than he already does.
You're going to college in the fall, aren't you? And you'll be 18 in just a few months? When that happens, you can go out and get your own job, and you can make your own money, buy your own things, and choose your own path in life. Trust me, it's very fulfilling to be able to support yourself. You're a smart young woman, Tanya, and I know you have what it takes to succeed.
Oh, you're already moving into insincere flattery? That's a lot quicker than Dad's past girlfriends. You must be really desperate.
Okay, let's table this conversation for now, shall we? The truth is, there's something I've been meaning to ask you about. Do you happen to know where my Chanel bag is? The last time I used it, I put it up on the shelf in the living room, but I can't seem to find it.
How should I know? It's your bag, isn't it? You should keep better track of your own things. That's your job, not mine.
All right. What about my pearl necklace? Have you seen that? That one was a gift from my grandmother right before she passed away. It has a lot of sentimental value to me. And just like my bag, it seems to have vanished into thin air.
What are you asking me for? I don't know where your stupid stuff is. It's not like I have any interest in your ugly accessories. You have the fashion sense of a blind, homeless drug addict.
That's a very vivid metaphor. But it's just bizarre. Both of those things should still be in the house. There's no reason for them to not be exactly where I last put them, but they've disappeared. I was just wondering if you happen to know where they were, that's all. I didn't mean to offend you. If you were using them for some reason, that's okay too, but I would appreciate it if you would return them. Could you please tell me the truth, Tanya?
Oh my God, you suck. Are you actually accusing me of taking your stuff? You don't have any evidence it was me.
I'm just saying I know for a fact that those things were somewhere in this house when I last used them. That means that if something has happened to them, it must have been someone in this house that did it.
Oh my God, you are accusing me. What do you think my dad would think if he found out that you were calling his daughter a petty thief? I bet he would kick you out on the curb in an instant. You are in big, big trouble now. However, I can be persuaded to keep a secret. I want $1,000 in cash by the end of the day.
Tanya, are you serious?
Dead serious. You can afford to pay me that much. I'm going to go hang out with my friends this weekend, and I need the money. My dad doesn't know that, though, so we can help each other out. I won't tell Dad that you accused me of stealing, and you won't tell him that I'm going out with my friends. That's fair, isn't it?
Why in the world would you need to make a deal like that with me? You're still in high school. What could you possibly need $1,000 for? And why would you keep it a secret from your dad? You're not planning on doing something inappropriate with that money, are you?
Shut up, you sicko. I'm just going to have a good old-fashioned normal fun with my friends. Everything costs more now, in case you haven't noticed. One fun night with your friends can easily run upwards of $1,000. That's on the cheap end, if anything.
I happen to be actively paying bills and buying groceries right now, so I am aware of how expensive things are. Still, $1,000 for a single night seems far too expensive.
Good grief, would you get off my back? What is with you? You're not my mom, so stop pretending like you are. If you ask me any more questions about my private life, I will destroy you.
Fine, I'll give you your privacy. However, I won't be funding any of your fun unless I know exactly what's going on. If you need the money, then you can get a job. Like I said, you'll be 18 soon. I'd like you to learn that making money isn't such an easy thing to do.
Oh, you are such an obnoxious old granny. Yeah, that settles it. I am never gonna let you marry my dad. Break up with him right now and get out of our lives.
I think we need to have a family conference. I'll talk to your father to see when we can all sit down and talk things out.
Hey there, Nancy. I heard the awful news. Some thug broke into the house, right? I'll bet the whole house is a total mess. Hey, wait a second. Today's your wedding day. Oh no, that's so terrible. Boy, you have absolutely terrible luck, huh? Someone broke into our house on the day of the wedding? What is the world coming to when women can't even feel safe in their own homes?
Wait a second. Some thug broke into our house? Where did you hear that? Was it from your dad?
Yeah, sure. It was from my dad, but that's not important. That's just crazy, isn't it? Oh yeah, and the worst part of all of that is apparently that thug punched you in the face a bunch of times. I bet your face is really messed up right now. You know, it's really unfortunate, but I think you might want to cancel the wedding. I mean, you don't want to have a big black eye and fat lip in your wedding pictures, do you?
Hold on, Tanya. Back up a second. My face is fine. All of me is fine. I'm at my parents' house right now.
What? What do you mean?
I stayed at my parents' house last night, that's all. It was my last night before getting married, so I wanted to spend some time with them. So, yeah, I wasn't at home last night.
Wait, but if you weren't home, then who was home?
Just your dad, as far as I'm aware. Oh, he did also say something about his brother staying the night, too. But, Tanya, you're sure that someone broke into our house? Did you really hear that from your dad? And, hold on, why did you think I got attacked?
Hold on, this is, wait, so you really didn't get beat up last night?
No, I'm fine. What's going on, Tanya? I'm confused and also pretty scared. Cole? Cole, are you there? I just heard from Tanya and she said there was a break-in at our house.
Is that true? She also said you were attacked. What happened?
Please, Cole, I'm really scared right now. If you're okay, please send me a text message saying so.
Well, I'd like to say good morning to you, but, considering the circumstances.
Oh, thank goodness. I was afraid for the worst when Tanya texted me.
It's weird, though. How did you hear about this from Tanya? I figured she would be awake at this hour, but I haven't spoken to her about anything yet today, much less the fact that I got beaten up last night.
Wait, what do you mean? Isn't Tanya there at the house with you?
No, she hasn't been here since yesterday morning. She went to school and then went straight from there to her friend's house where she stayed the night. I've been meaning to get in touch with her and let her know, but I haven't had the chance yet. It's been a pretty chaotic morning over here, to say the least.
I'm so confused. None of this makes sense. But there really was a break-in last night, right?
Yeah, and I've got scars all over my face to prove it. That guy really did a number on me. I just looked at a mirror a few minutes ago, and oh boy, I am not a pretty sight right now. I'm really sorry to say this, but I think it might be for the best if we cancel the wedding. My nose is still bleeding, I've got a nasty black eye, and I think one of my teeth is loose. I was just about to head for the hospital when you texted me.
Oh my goodness, Cole! I don't believe this. Are you okay? What am I saying? Of course you're not okay. And don't you worry about the wedding. I will call and let them know what happened as soon as I possibly can. All you need to do is focus on taking care of yourself.
Thanks, Nancy. But really, though, I'm okay. There's no need for you to be worried about me. Things could have been much, much worse. I got lucky. Which, I understand it's pretty ironic for a guy who just got the snot beat out of him to say he got lucky, but you know what I mean, right?
Well, at least your sense of humor is intact.
Yeah, and that's about the only thing on my body that's intact. It's a good thing I've got a decent sense of humor too, because with my face the way it is, let's just say I'm not going to be passing any modeling auditions for a while.
Okay, enough with the jokes. Just tell me what in the world happened.
Alright, so it's like this. A guy walks into a bar. And by guy, I mean me, and by bar, I mean fist, and by walk, I mean I was in bed.
Cole!
All right, sorry. Well, it's like Tanya said, a guy broke in, or came in anyway. It seems like he had a key. Maybe he found the secret key on the front porch? It was really early in the morning, and at first I thought that it was Tanya coming home, so I didn't think much of it and just went back to sleep. Then the next thing I know, this guy slams open the door to our bedroom and starts wailing on me. He was hitting me basically everywhere, but it seems like he was focusing on my face and stomach.
That's terrifying. How could something like that happen in our neighborhood? Did he steal anything?
If he was looking to steal something, I don't understand why he would walk right past my wallet that was sitting out on the kitchen table. I know it's weird, but I think he was only there to attack me.
But that doesn't make any sense. Do you know of anyone who might want to hurt you, Cole?
No one comes to mind, no. I'd like to think I've never messed up so bad that someone would want to beat the tar out of me for it.
Then who is he and why did he do this?
Yeah, about that. I got a text from Tanya a few seconds ago while we were talking. She's acting really weird. I've got a bad feeling about this whole thing.
A bad feeling? What do you mean?
Is she talking to you right now, too?
Oh, well, yes, she texted me just a few minutes ago. When she told me that happened, I texted you right away.
Okay, and what did she talk to you about?
Let's see. She asked me about the break-in. She asked about my injuries. And she said multiple times that I should cancel the wedding. Wait. Cole, you don't think...
Hey, what's going on here? All of a sudden, Dad called me and told me I needed to come home right away. And now I'm locked up in the basement with the guy that broke into our house. Why is this happening to me? And what is my uncle doing here?
Well, that's certainly a lot of questions. To start with that last one, I already told you he was going to be there. He stayed there overnight with your dad.
Huh? Oh, yeah, you did. But why, though?
Well, you were staying at your friend's house and the wedding was going to be today, so your dad and uncle thought they would have one last little boys' night before the big day. I guess they had a good time drinking, eating, and watching the game.
Wait, really? I didn't know he was coming.
Well, considering how little you're at home lately, that's not surprising. You've been staying overnight at your friend's house about 3 or 4 times a week. Which, by the way, is making your dad extremely worried about you.
He's worried about me?
And why wouldn't he be? He's been wanting to talk to you about that and a few other important things for a while, but he was afraid you wouldn't be comfortable talking to him.
What else does he want to talk to me about?
Well, let's come back to that later, shall we? First things first. I'm sure you're probably wondering why you were locked up in the basement.
Well, yeah, why am I stuck in this room with the guy that broke into the house?
The simple explanation is that you get what you pay for. You should have hired someone smarter. Your uncle told me that the second you came in the room, he said, "I'm sorry, Tanya, I screwed up." What did he mean by that, Tanya?
I can explain.
Then go right ahead and explain. I'm waiting. Or perhaps I can save you the time and just come right out with it. You hired him, didn't you? No, that's not true. Then how did he know your name? And why would he apologize to you? I don't know. Maybe there's someone else named Tanya who looks like me and she's the one who hired him. That ridiculous excuse isn't going to fly with me, Tanya. Your dad has been texting your uncle from the hospital to let him know the details of the attack. So now it's your turn to talk. Tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. It'll be good practice for what's coming.
This cannot be happening.
But it is. It's unfortunate for you that your uncle decided to spend the evening with your dad at the last minute. How many Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu championships has he won now? Was it 8 or 9? Anyway, as soon as he heard the commotion in your dad's room, he rushed in and took the guy out in seconds.
If I had known he was going to be there, I would have done it on a different day. You were supposed to be home. Dad said he was going to go and visit my grandma and grandpa, and they live a couple hours away. Why was he at home instead of you?
Well, the original plan was actually that we would both go and visit our parents. But your dad thought that since this was his second marriage and he would see them today anyway, he didn't need to go out of his way tonight. So he talked to his brother and they came up with the plan for a boys' night.
Why wouldn't he tell me my uncle was coming?
It's not like he was hiding anything from you, you just never asked. Plus, you were at your friend's house last night, so why would he need to tell you?
This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Is my dad okay?
Is he okay? Other than the fact that his daughter hired a hitman to assault his wife but assaulted him instead, yeah, he's just fine.
Hey, this isn't my fault.
In what universe is it not your fault? You hired that guy.
Well,
admit it, Tanya. The guy knew who you were, he recognized your face and called you by name. He also apologized for screwing up.
That doesn't prove anything.
Your uncle has everything on camera, you know. He set it up and turned it on immediately after he tied up the guy who attacked your dad. So he knows everything that the two of you have been talking about down there.
Oh no.
Your uncle is a smart guy. I guess he wanted to be a police officer at one point. With more guys like him on the force, people would be too afraid to even jaywalk in this town. So, Tanya, anything to say for yourself?
What was I supposed to do? I had to do something. Otherwise, my dad would have married you. But I didn't want him to marry you. I want a mom with more money. You're too cheap to give me a measly $2,000 a month. I might be willing to deal with it if you were at least pretty or something, but you're not. You're just old. Why should my dad marry you when there are prettier women out there who would be more generous to me? So I had to get you to break up with him.
You really are a selfish girl. You never thought about your dad's happiness for 1 second. All you were thinking about was yourself.
That's not true.
You just said so yourself. Your only criteria for your new mom was whether or not she would throw all the money at you that you demanded of her. You really have no respect at all for how hard it is to make money, do you?
You only say that because you never went to college. People that go to college get to have easy office jobs that pay really well. If you would have just gone to college like a normal person, you would be making more than enough to give me what I want.
Do you actually believe that? Is that what high school guidance counselors are telling kids these days?
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm going to college, to make more money for doing less work.
Well, I hate to rain on your parade, but you're not going to go to college anymore.
What? What do you mean? Why aren't I going to college?
2 reasons. First of all, because I'm not going to pay for it anymore.
Huh? Wait a second. You were gonna pay for my tuition? But I thought my dad was gonna pay for it.
It's like you said before, Tanya, your dad doesn't make all that much money. And this brings me to one of the other important things your dad wanted to talk to you about. Your dad is sick.
Sick? What do you mean sick? Like, really sick?
We don't know for sure yet just how sick he is, but what's certain is that he'll need to focus on treatment for the foreseeable future. That means he won't be able to work. You accused me of wanting to quit my job once we got married. I'm afraid I couldn't do that even if I wanted to. If I didn't work, then who would pay for your dad's medical expenses?
So that's why you couldn't give me the allowance I wanted?
Honestly, I wouldn't have given you $2,000 a month even if I could, but yeah, that's just not going to happen. This is so unreal. So what's going to happen to my dad? Is he going to be okay? Well, the plan was originally for him to go into the hospital for a while so they could run some tests on him after the wedding. Like I said, he was going to tell you about all of this eventually. He didn't tell you yet because he didn't want to make you worry about him. I can't believe it. My dad's sick, and he's not going to pay for my tuition? But hey, wait a second, you knew about all this, and you were going to get married to him anyway? That means you were signing up to spend basically all your money on my dad and me. That's right, I had no problem supporting you two. The truth is, I was raised by a single mother after my dad passed away when I was young. She worked so hard over the years to support me, but going to college was never a reality for me. So I had to use all the other skills at my disposal in order to get a job. I found a good company and worked my way up the ladder one rung at a time. Now I'm actually making more money than most college graduates do. I was hoping to be able to use my success to support you, Tanya. You were willing to do that for me? You reminded me of myself. I grew up with a single mother, you grew up with a single father. I respected him for how hard he worked for you and wanted to help give you the advantages that I never had. That's insane, though! Like, what are you, some kind of a saint or something? You were willing to marry a guy who you knew was sick and would eat up most of your income, and you were just gonna give whatever was left to help someone who's not even your biological daughter to go to college? Well, I'm glad you've come to appreciate my generosity. Calling me a saint is going a bit too far, though. I'm no saint. I'm not as forgiving as a saint should be. Which brings us back to the main point of the discussion. I'm not going to support your college ambitions anymore. Why not? Do you even need to ask me that question? You hired some thug to attack me and injure me badly enough that I would have to cancel our wedding. Well, yeah, but you're fine, aren't you? Yeah, thanks to a last-minute change of plans. And while I'm fine, your father most assuredly is not. Even once the scars on his face and body heal, he'll still have to deal with the emotional damage you caused him. No matter which one of us got attacked, we were both going to be hurt. And for what? Because you wanted more money out of your dad's wife? I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I have no idea what I was thinking. Like, I didn't know you were going to do so much to support us. That's because you see relationships as transactional. What's in it for me isn't something that crossed my mind when I agreed to marry your father. You're right. You are totally right. I'm sorry for what I did, and I will never do anything to come between you and my dad again. So, please, can you still pay for my college like you planned? Wow, Tanya, that's quite a change in tone from you. I appreciate your words of apology, but I refuse. Remember, I said there were 2 reasons you can't go to college anymore. Oh yeah, what's number 2? I called the police. They're on their way now. And when they get here, they're going to arrest both the thug you hired and you. I've already told the police that you were the one who hired him, and I'm sure he'll be very willing to sell you out to get a plea bargain. Nancy, please wait, don't do this. Don't call the cops on me. We're family, aren't we? Don't bother begging and pleading with me, Tanya. I told you they're already on their way. There's no stopping what's coming to you. You will be arrested, and depending on the prosecutor's mood, you might even be tried as an adult for what you did. You're a big girl, Tanya. That means you're going to big girl prison. No! I can't go to prison. I'll never make it in there. There's an expression we adults use. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. You knew what you did was not just morally wrong, but illegal. You're old enough to face the consequences. Nancy, I am so sorry. You don't have to pay for my college anymore, okay? Just please don't send me to prison. Me? Send you to prison? I don't know what you mean. Your actions are what's going to send you to prison. I just called a ride for you. But you were in my shoes once too, right? You were raised by a single parent. We were both dealt a bad hand in life, you're right. My solution wasn't to hire a hitman, however. I've learned my lesson, I swear. I'll never do it again. I'm not so sure you have, actually. But trust me, you're going to learn your lesson now. Enjoy prison, Tanya. Tanya continued to beg and plead with me after that, but suddenly she stopped sending me messages altogether. I guess that was the moment the police took her into custody. As I expected, Tanya's hitman started singing like a canary as soon as the cops arrived. It was all her idea. She's the criminal mastermind. I was only doing what she told me. Really, stupid people shouldn't commit crimes. If he had just shut up and lawyered up, he probably could have gotten a reduced sentence for providing that information. Tanya was still a minor when she hired him for the attack, and when the prosecutor considered her age and family circumstances, he decided against trying her as an adult. She was hit with a fine and a large amount of community service. As for me and Cole, we began our married life without Tanya. After they treated him for his injuries, the hospital started the test to determine the severity of his illness right away. Thanks to that, they were able to discover that the disease was only in its early stages, and Cole made a full recovery. A few years later, we were sitting at home when we heard a knock on our door. We were surprised when we opened it, and who was waiting on the other side but Tanya? We hadn't heard anything from her since the day of the wedding, so we had no idea what she had been up to. We reluctantly allowed her to come inside to talk, and she told us that she had been working her way through college by herself. She said that getting arrested that night was the wake-up call she needed to turn her life around. She even brought me a brand new Chanel bag and pearl necklace to replace the ones she took from me. I'm still unsure about forgiving her, considering how bad Cole's injuries were. But, ever the jokester, Cole said, "Hey, it's not like I was all that handsome before that guy screwed up my face." Tanya called me a saint for offering to support her family, but if you ask me, Cole's big forgiving heart makes him far more of a saint than me.